Good morning everyone. Myself Dr. Savita Tidme. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Zoology, Ketechum College, Nasik. Today we are going to study what are the pests and their control measures. Now, pest can be any organism which causes significant threat or significant loss to the human economic, so then it is treated as a pest. Now just let's see the definition of the pest. So population of any organism that increases significantly so as to cause appreciable economic loss, then it is treated as a pest. So pest causing damage to the agricultural crop, even they are also causing damage to the domestic animals as well as public health. That means they are feeding on the blood of other animals, as well as they are feeding the various varieties of agricultural crops, like the pests are also feed on the leaves, also feed on the tubers, they are also feed on the grains, even on the stored grains. So the pest is an organism that is adapted themselves to feed on a wide variety of the agricultural crop as well as domestic animals. Even as they suck the human blood, so they are also adapted to feed on the human as well as blood of other organism. So the pest is a potential organism, so they are classified into agricultural, veterinary and medicinal pest. Now how the next is how pest is originated. So pest organism can be originated from the polyphagy, or you can say polyculture. Polyculture is a concept where multiple, or you can say many crops are cultivated simultaneously in a field. So the pest which was supposed to be feeding on the single agricultural crop, so now it has been exposed to varieties of agricultural crop. So ultimately it get adapted to feed on different plants or plant parts, that is leaves of the different plants, even flowers of the different plants, even fruits of the different plants. So this can be one of the reason how the pest organism is nowadays been showing polyphagy, or how they are intensified. So next reason, possible reason, is intensification of the agriculture. That means change from discontinuous to continuous cropping. So if you go a few years back, there was a discontinuous cropping system. Like if the farmers, they used to crop in a in the winter season, so the next season, that is summer season, there will be no crop in the field. So meanwhile the pest organism which was there in the field was supposed to be exposed to the sunlight, as there is no field, as there is no food material available for the pest organism. So ultimately the pest organism was found to be killed. But nowadays, because of the continuous cropping system, they are getting availability of the food material continuously, and so their life cycle is also found to be continuous. Then the next reason, possible reason, is creation of the new soil. Even repeated cropping throughout the year, as well as removal of geographical barriers like the mountains, even small hills. So these were the geographical barrier which supposed to be prevent them from migrating from one place to another place. But nowadays, because of removal of such a geographical barrier, the pest organism, they can easily get migrated from one field, one geographical area to another geographical area. Then loss of a predaceous animals as well as birds. So those animals which were found to be, or birds which were found to be feeding on the insect pest, nowadays the population is also decreased. So ultimately there is a pest outbreak. Use of a nitrogenous fertilizer. Nitrogen is found to be a microclimate. uh, Nitrogen is making their microclimate more favorable for the growth of a pest organism. So this is again one of the reason why there is a varieties of pest organism originated nowadays in the environment. Now, classification of a pest on the basis of nature of damage. So as if the pest is found to be damaging a single crop, then it is called as a monophagous. If it is found to be damaging on more than one or more than two crops, then it is seems to be called as a oligophagous. And if the pest organism is found to be damaging varieties of, that is more than 3 crop, then it is called as a polyphagous pest. Then pest control methods. There are varieties of pest control methods like mechanical, then physical, then biological, then cultural methods. So varieties of methods of pest control are there. We'll see them one by one. So pest control methods are nothing but the cultural, or you can say the methods which can be easily used against the outburst of a migration of the pest. So these methods, pest control methods, prevent the pest organism to enter in the field as well as to increase the population. Usually these methods are simple, safe and comparatively cheaper than the other methods of pest control. Now other methods here is said to be the chemical method, which are because the chemicals requires means they are the high cost chemicals, so these methods are quite economic. And whatever these pest methods, cultural, you can say mechanical, you can say biological, you can say, these methods are quite cheaper as compared to the other methods, means as compared to the chemical methods. So let's see the different methods of pest control. The first is the mechanical pest control. It includes the manual as well as the machine operations, and these methods can be hand picking, like this. The man is doing hand picking here. Just a second, let me take the brush so that I can show you. Yes, here is a person is picking up the weeds as well as other unwanted material from the field, as well as netting and bagging is also one of the effective way to catch the pest organism, as well as artificial barrier like a banding, screening, as well as insect trap, grid type, as well as suction trap. So here is one of the type of trap system is applied in the field, that is, this is the light trap used for capturing the nocturnal organism from the field. Now cultural control methods. These are the oldest methods. They have been used to manage the pest population since long time. So clean cultivation is one of the cultural method used for getting the high yield crop. Then another one is the tilling of the soil. It is also useful method. It is useful cultural methods, because in this method, when you till the soil, the eggs of insect pest organism which was supposed to be present in the deeper layer of the soil, these get exposed to sunlight. So ultimately these eggs, they get killed because of the sunlight. Okay, now the tilling of the soil is also one of the effective method, cultural method. Then crop rotation. Suppose there is the crop of soybean in the field, and now in the next season if there is a sowing of the cabbage, right? So what it means? It means that the pest organism of the soybean, it cannot be suitable, or it cannot get migrated, cannot get adapted to the another field, right? So ultimately this pest will be vanish. Okay, so the crop rotation is one of the useful cultural method. Then synchronization of the sowing as well as harvesting time, and growing of the resistant to varieties of the crop, right? Now apart from this, there are some biological control methods suggested against varieties of pest organism. Now what are the biological methods? It involves the use of natural enemies to control the pest population. So if you see in the surrounding, number of natural enemies of the insect pest are present, which are nothing but the biological agents, including these may be predators, these may be parasitoid, these may be pathogens, as well as their competitors. Now here in the first diagram, I have shown that the ladybug beetle is feeding on the aphids. Now what are the aphids? Aphid is one of the potential pest of the crop. This used to feed on varieties of the crops and leaving some sticky material behind them, which is then followed by aphid is actually the sap sucker. It can suck the sap of the tender shoot as well as leaves, and even leaving the open tunnels as well as secreting some kind of a sticky secretions into that. And ultimately this plant which was affected or which was infected by the aphids, it later on suffer from varieties of the infections, like maybe the fungal infections are there, bacterial infections are there, as well as many other type of infections. Now this is the ladybug beetle, which used to feed on these materials like the aphids. Okay, so ultimately this ladybug beetle is very useful to control the population of the aphid, right? So this single ladybug beetle or its single larva requires about 25 to 30, even second instar larva feeds on 25 to 30 aphids per day. So you can imagine the adult ladybug beetle how potential it is to control the pest population of aphids. Now the second I have shown here is the Hymenoptera fly, right? The Hymenoptera fly that lays eggs into the body of a caterpillar. Now what caterpillar they does? They used to feed on the plant leaves. So ultimately they used to damage the plant leaves. So if the plant leaves they have been damaged, so there is direct effect on the production of the plant, right? So this ichneumon fly, or you can say Hymenopterum fly, which injecting their eggs into the body of this aphids, into the body of this caterpillar. So ultimately the eggs they hatch out into a small larvae which feed on the internal fat material of this larvae, and so the larvae becomes dead slowly because it is getting hollow from inside, and when after few days this larvae is this larvae is going to die automatically. So this can be one of the good biological control methods, that is implementation of a natural enemies of the insect pest. Now advantages and disadvantages of a biological control. Every method that has advantages as well as disadvantages. Let's see what these are. Advantages, that is the biological control methods, they are low cost. Why? Because we are using the naturally available organisms to control the pest population. So ultimately these organisms, that is biological agents, they keep on reproducing, so there is again less economic threat or less economic loss to the human by implementing these methods. These biological agents has the potential to be permanent, because generation after generation generation after generation they are going to continue in the field. So they are not harmful to non-target organism, because they are not feeding on the non-target organism. No toxicity or residual problem, because they are the natural organisms, so there is no residual problem, there is no toxicity. The pest, because they are very specific in their habit, the pest is unable to develop a resistance, because the pest organism or the biological agent, these are the natural predators, so there is no like manipulation of the pest. Okay, such a concept is not there. So the pest is unable to develop resistance against the biological agents, what they does in case of a chemical methods. Selectively, it does not intensify or create a new pest problem. Now there are some disadvantages of the biological control method. So these biological control methods may not be always applicable. So in case of certain pest where the biological agents are not there, so at that time the biological methods cannot be used. So level of control may not be sufficient. In case of a outbreak of the pest population, a number of biological agent if not sufficient, so then they are not able to control the large variety of a large quantity of the pest population. So research costs are always high and sometimes may not be produce the result. It requires expert supervision and it is difficult and expensive to develop and supply. So these are certain disadvantages of biological methods. Now friends, that's all about the generalized concept of the pest and different varieties of pest control methods as well as the biological pest managements. I hope you understood these methods of biological pest control as well as their advantages and disadvantages. Once again, I'm saying thank you myself, Dr. Savita Tidme from Department of Zoology, KTHM College, Nasik. Thank you.